This is John King of the Drunken Odyssey, and I am joined by my occasional correspondent, Samantha Nickerson.
Hi, everybody.
One of the things that I noticed is really popular on YouTube is people who know things talking about the things they know. And an even more popular art form on YouTube is people not knowing things and reacting to things that they've never experienced before. So I know too many things about Mickey Mouse. You've known this for a long time. You've informed me that this might be a problem. Within an hour, Disney will come up in some form or other, kind of like eventually Taylor Swift will come up for you. Just
Yeah,
naturally, it bubbles up.
it's a passion. That's important. You have to support your friends.
And in supporting me, yeah, you're indulging me by we're going to take a look at the oldest Mickey Mouse cartoons, because before he was a corporate logo, before he was this very gentle and bland computer animated cheap cartoon, he was a rascal and a pretty fun character in cartoons that were really ambitious for their time. And you really haven't seen these, the ones that are in black and white.
No, not at all. In fact, like describing Mickey Mouse as a rascal to me seems the opposite of what I know Mickey Mouse to be. Um, in the cartoons that I remember from being a kid or like even recently, Mickey Mouse is kind of like a moral compass for his friends. He was like, "Oh, you have to do the right thing." So I don't know how Mickey Mouse could be a rascal, but I'm excited to find out.
Well, this came about, this innocent Mickey Mouse, because he became a role model for little kids who fell in love with him, and then moms were writing to Walt Disney to complain that their children were behaving like Mickey Mouse, which hurt Walt's feeling because he felt Mickey Mouse was kind of an avatar for himself. He was the voice of Mickey Mouse for a long time. In fact, when the Mickey Mouse Club came out, he came out of retirement for doing Mickey's voice because they just said, "Hey, Walt, we're recording Mickey's voice. Do you want to do it?" And he's like, "Yeah, okay." So we actually have some film of, that's not the only film we have, but him actually doing the voice, and it's a little trippy to watch. But when he first came out, he was wild. So are you ready to see how wild?
I'm scared, but I'm ready.
So we don't ever do things normally here at the Drunken Odyssey. So we're going to start with the first Mickey Mouse cartoon that was drawn, which is not the world premiere of Mickey Mouse. So they were working on, by they, I mean Walt Disney and Abba Iwerks were working on Mickey Mouse cartoons after a different studio had taken away his previous character, Oswald the Lucky Rabbit.
It doesn't
And
have the same ring to it.
they were working on these Mickey Mouse cartoons in secret. And while they were working on them and while these cartoons were in production, Walt found out about sound, and he rearranged the release schedule because he wanted the first Mickey Mouse cartoon to be in sound. And I think that's one of the crucial keys to early Mickey Mouse is what they could do with synchronized sound to make it really exciting. And I am one of those people who maybe does love silent movies, but if you compare Mickey Mouse cartoons to older cartoons, like, okay, the sound does amazing things. So let's take a look at the first one that went into production, and it was called Plain Crazy.
Plane. 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 Mama.
Walt Disney, growing up, spent time on a farm, and he loved being on the farm.
Is that Mickey?
That is Mickey.
He's so little. And he's smart. Stuart Little.
Yeah, so
You could call his hair a rat's nest.
This probably isn't far off from a lot of early aviation attempts.
Gotta use what you have, right?
Yeah. I mean, we see that spirit alive in some of those Red Bull competitions.
I just feel like that would actually kind of feel good on your back.
Getting twisted like that.
Yeah. Oh.
When I get mad, I try and make that so I don't blow up. I'm like, yeah. I have to make the whole gesture too.
Yeah. Is that a tractor?
That's a car.
Oh, not anymore.
That was a car. Yeah. Yeah, you don't want to be a barnyard animal trying to mind your own business in an early Mickey Mouse cartoon.
Aww. Yeah, if my kid was acting like that, I would write to Disney too.
Mating rituals of the early 20th century.
Go, Mickey, go.
I always thought this should be a theme park ride.
I mean,
Can't tell you how many times that's happened to me trying to drive.
I hit my trash can this morning backing out of the driveway.
There's an outhouse. Little kid with his butt flap hanging out.
There's so much happening. I'd have to watch this 10 times to like catch it all.
Yeah, so these early cartoons had a simple premise, and they would sit around thinking of all the gags they could come up with. And one of the things they realized, through perspective, you could do so many fun things that you couldn't do in live action at the time. Yeah, you tried that twice, Mick.
I think he liked it. Okay, if your plane is the same speed as your cow, I don't know if you're gonna get liftoff. No.
This is kind of what riding feels like sometimes. Oh, I'm not sure who's driving.
Supreme wedgie. Gravity assisted.
Many has boundaries.
Mickey no means no. That's also really not the time.
So this is how their relationship started.
She's never flown and she knows about parachutes.
Well, Minnie's no dummy.
True.
Unlike Mickey in this cartoon.
You mean Icarus? Too bad, Mickey.
Yeah, I think the rest of this cartoon is why this can't be a ride.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
That was emotional. I don't think I was really prepared for that.
Yeah, Mickey is not a gentleman.
Definitely not. You said that Walt modeled Mickey after himself.
I wouldn't say every single gag is
Right.
modeled after Walt's behavior. And at this point, I think Walt probably would like sacrifice his own sense of, I don't know, moral propriety if he thought it was funny.
Okay, got it. It's interesting. It goes back and forth because you can tell that like Mickey gets his punishment, and so there's some part of the writer that either thinks the punishment is due or just thinks it's inevitable. But I wonder which it is.
Well, I think most of the Mickey Mouse cartoons that involve romance with Minnie, yeah, they aim for happy endings rather than, Minnie walking off with her stretched out underpants and waving her butt at Mickey while Mickey is like throwing a horseshoe angrily away from himself. I do think it's helpful to have one of those endings every once in a while, but for the most part, uh, we like to think of Mickey and Minnie as being, I don't know if an ideal couple, but a good couple.
Yeah.
And
I don't know much about him, so they must not cause that much drama.
well, one of the newer ones by the funkier looking ones, Mickey Mouse cartoons with Paul Ruddish, Donald and Daisy and like Mickey and Minnie, I think are on a double date, and Mickey and Minnie are just like shocked at how toxic
Oh.
Donald and Daisy are, and yet by the end of the cartoon, you also get a sense like Donald and Daisy might actually be happier, like not more stable, mind you,
Hmm.
but they might be happier.
I want to watch that.
Mickey Mouse clearly has a lot of personality here. Not all of it positive.
Yeah, no, a ton. I was actually like, I was kind of sucked in by the line drawings and just how much they can do with something so simple. Just like shifting the shapes of things and like utilizing what they had on the page already. I thought that was really creative.
You've got this barnyard full of animals, and you don't need them to tell the story. But if you want to believe this is a barnyard, like okay, like that's a very active barnyard happening right there in that scene. And I think that's one of the hallmarks of the Disney touch is whatever is necessary. Like no, Walt is over delivering because uh, he wants people to have a profoundly good time. If you're watching a cartoon, he wants you to feel like you're watching the best cartoon. And what would have passed for cartoons at this time just would have been like the simplest slapstick gags without much sense of this is a world we're populating, this is a story we're telling. And even if the story here is a little weak, uh, right, there's still definitely a story. This guy wants to be a flying playboy, and he gets his just desserts by the end.
He had a good time and he had a bad time.
So yeah, Mickey gets his justice, which makes it slightly less awful at how kind of date rapey. We don't know how far Mickey would have taken things, but he was already not respecting Minnie's consent there. He has to jump out of a plane to avoid his sexual advances.
Which, crazy.
A little crazy, but then again, it's called plane crazy.
It is, yeah.
Also, this would have been for kids.
Like, would a lot of that have gone over kids' heads? Probably, but still, like, kids mimic what they see, and like
Yeah,
they might not understand the implications of everything they see, but they're still gonna like do the same things.
yeah. I mean, what we see is okay, hugging and kissing that is not consensual, which is not good.
Well, consent didn't exist until like 2004.
It existed, but yeah, as a legal term, yeah, it's
No,
pretty
like that
recent.
term probably wouldn't have been used in a household.
No,
Like there was
absolutely
no
not.
teaching kids about consent.
No, I think uh, Mickey probably would have been called a cad.
Mm-hmm. It sounds more stylish than actually
Doesn't
seems.
sound criminal
No, no.
or even approaching what is criminal.
No, sounds kind of like what you said at the beginning, which is rascal. Like there's a playfulness to it that kind of excuses the behavior.
How old is Mickey Mouse? So he's maybe someone in his 20s. And some people in their 20s, all right, they're in their arrested development. So that they're kind of not more sophisticated than teenagers who are really trying to figure stuff out, usually.
I don't know. I want to see the other Mickey Mouses. I want to see if he can redeem himself.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and do that.